Hello, my name is Adhrut, I'm with STEM for Others, and this is Physics 2, Unit 14, Electric Circuits. Today, in Lesson 5, we're going to be covering direct current circuits. So in a direct current circuit, there's two ways that components can be arranged. Components can either be arranged in series or in parallel. Components in series are connected sequentially, one after the other after the other. Components in parallel are connected separately to the battery, so there will be multiple components and each one will have its own direct connection to the battery. Hybrid circuits also exist, which contain components both in series and parallel. For example, here is a visualization of a series circuit. You can imagine the battery be on the left end and the circuit ends be on the right end. You can see these two components are in series because they go right after each other and feed into each other. They're connected in a straight line. In a series circuit, voltage drops over time. The voltage from the battery comes in on one end and drops over each component until it reaches zero at the other end. However, current in a purely series circuit stays constant. This is a visualization of a parallel circuit. As you can see, you can imagine, once again, the battery on the left end, and it loops around to the right end. And these two components aren't connected directly to each other. Instead, they have their own separate connection to the battery. After electricity passes through the two components, it then rejoins into a single wire connected back to the battery. In a parallel circuit, the voltage drops on both components are equal, but each branch must have a different amount of current because of Ohm's law. We also need to talk about equivalent resistance. When it comes to resistors, a group of resistors can be replaced with a single resistor with equivalent resistance. It will function the exact same as a circuit with all of the resistors. So you can have either a bunch of small resistors or maybe one larger one. This resistance can be calculated using some equations. However, it's important to note that equivalent resistance is different for series and parallel circuits. There's two different equations that we need to use. In a series circuit, as you can see here, the total resistance is equal to the sum of the individual resistance of the resistors. For example, if each circle represents a resistor, and the first circle had a resistance of 100 ohms and the second one had a resistance of 200 ohms, the total resistance of this circuit would be 100 plus 200 equals 300 ohms. Meanwhile, for parallel resistors, the reciprocal of the total resistance equals the sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. Now this is a bit of a mouthful, so let's break it down. Essentially what this means is 1 divided by the total resistance equals 1 divided by the resistance of the first resistor, plus 1 divided by the second resistance, plus 1 divided by the third resistance, and so on and so forth for the total number of resistors. For example, if both of these resistors had a resistance of 100 ohms, then 1 over the total resistance would be equal to 1 over 100 plus 1 over 100, which is 1 over 50. Taking the reciprocal of both sides, which effectively flips both fractions, we get the total resistance to be 50 ohms. So the equivalent resistor would be a single 50 ohm resistor. One final thing that we need to cover in DC circuits is the ideal battery. Real batteries have an internal resistance. They have an electromotive force from the potential difference between the ends of the battery, and the voltage outside of the battery is equal to that EMF, electromotive force, minus the current times the internal resistance. You can see that IR portion is similar to Ohm's law, but the lowercase r represents an internal resistance rather than an external one from another resistor. This means that in the real world, batteries don't have as much voltage as their EMF might suggest. However, the ideal battery, which is what we'll be using most of the time in physics, has no internal resistance, and thus we can say that the voltage is just equal to the EMF. This makes calculations much simpler. Let's look at that in practice. An ideal battery powers a circuit with a 200 ohm resistor, connected in series to a parallel group of two 300 ohm resistors. The battery has an EMF of 5 volts. What is the current passing through the 200 ohm resistor? As usual, I'll give you a couple seconds to think this through. Feel free to take a pause in the video and work this out on your own, and come back when you're done. Alright, you ready? Let's do this. Our first step is to calculate the equivalent resistance of the parallel group of resistors. If you want to visualize the circuit, you can imagine a battery connected to a 200 ohm resistor, and then after said resistor, the wire splits into two pathways with a 300 ohm resistor on each side, before then reconnecting afterwards and feeding back into the battery. Because these two 300 ohm resistors are in parallel, we must combine them first. As you can see here, we use the equation 1 over total resistance equals 1 over resistance 1 plus 1 over resistance 2. This means that 1 over the total resistance equals 1 over 300 ohms plus 1 over 300 ohms, which is 1 over 150 ohms. From here, we can take the reciprocal of both sides to get the total resistance to be 150 ohms for the parallel section of the circuit. However, we must remember that this section is in series with a 200 ohm resistor. So for this, we use the much simpler equation of total resistance equals resistance 1 plus resistance 2. Adding the 150 ohms we got from the calculation we just did to the 200 ohms of the first resistor gives us a total resistance of 350 ohms for this circuit. From here, we can use Ohm's law to calculate the total current over this circuit. I equals V over R, and we know the battery is an ideal battery, so its EMF is equal to its voltage. So we say that it has 5 volts, and we say that the total resistance is 350 ohms. So, performing this calculation, 5 over 350 gives us 14.29 milliamps. And since we can pretend that this is a series circuit by replacing the parallel branch with its equivalent resistance, and we know that in a series circuit the current is constant, we can say that this is the current passing through the 200 ohm resistor. So our final answer is 14.29 milliamps of current. Now it's time for review. The main things you're going to want to take away from this lesson are: the resistance in series, total resistance in series, is equal to the sum of the individual resistances. The reciprocal of the resistance in parallel equals the sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. And the voltage is equal to of a battery is equal to the EMF minus current times internal resistance, or in the case of an ideal battery, voltage is simply equal to EMF. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.